Yo, welcome again, my friends, to another episode of Young Old Head, where we talk about the music and strictly the music and trying to bridge that gap between the millennials and the old heads with the young old head. Sir DQ, the gang is here, Nikita, Pop-Tart, of course, J-Rock on the sounds. And, of course, I want to shout out to the 1,000 Nails for the hat. And, of course, the pins by me. And, of course, the shirt is by the homie. Oops. That helps me make my pins as well, Mr. Artistic. Shout out to the gang. Support those that support you. Simple as that. So, this week has been not too many mixtapes for the week of June 20. What's it? June 17th to the 21st. First and foremost, RIP XXXTentacion. Just a moment of silence for that. That's just a sad. I just want to say that piece right there. It's a very sad moment right now for this week right now. And the young people gotta do it a lot. We had, in my times, as a young old head, we had our times of Biggie and Pac die right back to back. We had big deaths like Aaliyah as well. But back to back, we had Biggie and Pac. They have Fredo Santana. Then they have the young man, Lil Peep. Now they got this young man. And I've heard of some other people that dropped in between. This is just a sad time for the generation. These kids are really going through something serious. And I think we gotta help out as the older heads and the people that have to, guide the way. But to just go into another person that just passed away this week, makes a 1-year anniversary for Prodigy. He just passed away, sad to say, R.I.P.P. But he did come out with unreleased tracks this week. So, keeping him alive in some good spirits. Prodigy dropped 3 tracks this week, believe it or not. Shout outs to the team that's behind Prodigy that's making their music keep going. He dropped a freestyle called Stay Chiseled, another freestyle to the Thieves theme, the Nas track with him and Havoc. Just refreshing, timeless freestyles from Pete. And he also did a track called Boom Goes the Cannon with Havoc, that's him and Mobb Deep, of course. And it was smooth, it was dope. But I really loved and I fucked with the freestyles for sure. Shout outs to Bass and ASAP Ferg, shouting out random places in Florida like Boca Raton. They came through with a single called Boca Raton. 2 non-Florida people shouting out the lavish lifestyle of an everyday Boca Raton person. If they ain't dropping in their Maserati, eating certain nice food and dishes and simple shit, just chilling out in Boca. Smooth track for the summertime. Surprising track as well came through was Young Buck and Raekwon called NY Shit with DJ Who Kid. I'm surprised at this because it's a shout outs to NY. But it's Young Buck. It's all over the track. Me and J-Rock were laughing about it. J-Rock's Raekwon had an 8-bar verse, 4-bar verse. But but Buck was all over the chorus. Buck was all over. He had this whole solid verses. He shout out Brooklyn, shout out Queen, shout out mad people in New York. It was a solid track. Shy Glizzy comes through with a track called Free 3. He just drops off another summer banger. Glizzy's doing his thing when it comes to staying where he gotta be, making his little, releases here and there. When it comes to summertime, he don't fuck off, and he releases great tracks for the summertime. So he does that again with this track, Free 3. Very Caribbean tune that come out, and that's a very touch onto the project that we're gonna talk about for this week as well. But Skepta and WizKid drop a track off called Bad Energy. This track is probably going to go farther in the Caribbean circle of music than it is going to go for the hip-hop area because it's just that has that whole Caribbean feel, that hip hop vibe. Like this is gonna dance and bust off in dance hall parties for a while, or it will in dance hall parties before it will hip hop parties, or even like I said, last longer in dance hall versus hip hop parties. Chief Keef is out here dropping off tracks, which is funny because Chief Keef is supposedly, accused of beef for their left and right, and I love the fact that he's sticking to the music and he's just dropping music about talking cash shit with a track called Part Ways. You know what I mean? Not even really focused on any type of beef. Of course, the only thing I have to say about this track is that it's a very airy sample. Like, I don't want to say sampled, engineered very airily. I don't know how to put it. Whoever engineered the track, it just makes it hard to understand what Chief Keef is saying. And it's all right. It has a nice vibe, but I'm not too crazy about it. Speaking of tracks that making different collabs, Mano and T.I. dropped off a track called Fuckboy Remix. I haven't even heard the Fuckboy first time. I don't know, maybe it's a Mano song, but it was a cool attempt for a summer banger. It's dope. I feel Mano's better positive speaker than he is a rapper in the booth. His tracks are cool. I'm not saying his music feels a little bit dated, but the knowledge that he drops off is definitely now and needed for the current time. But I fuck with him, Mano. Keep it up, you know what I mean, my guy? Trippie Redd, R.I.P. X, Ski Mask. I don't know where I heard a version of this track with Quavo. They drop off a track called Ghostbusters. And it slides, you know what I mean? The version that I heard without Quavo or with it on him, it still goes, just period. Rich the Kid drops off a remix of Plug Walk with YG, Gucci Mane, 2 Chainz. Gucci Mane had maybe a 4-bar verse. You barely heard anything from Gucci on the track, bro. I wish there was more. YG held it down to me the most over anybody on there. He killed it on the last verse. So the Plug Walk remix is out, the official, I assume, remix, and it's dope. I guess you'll hear that soon if you haven't. Zoe Dollars is showing respect to the past soldiers this week. He drops off a track called R.I.P. He just talks about different people that, it looked like he's making a lot of reference to X, which just sounded like a very relevant track, but he also seems like Zoe Dollars is from Miami. So, I think somebody else has passed away in Miami not too long ago, a young person. So, like I said, it's a very hard time for these young people right now. Let me see what's going on next for y'all. Playboy Cardi. It seems like it's a track from DP Beats. Shout out to DP Beats. That's the homie, actually. Shout outs to Wade, Red Light, Foul Hundred, Steps to the Game. You know what I mean? Playboy Cardi jumps on a track called Check, produced by DP Beats. DP Beats had made tracks for the 7 a.m. track, I believe, for Lil Uzi Vert. He's made a lot of different beats for different people, a lot of Chief Keef beats. But you're pretty sure you're familiar with him. Check is sliding. I would like to hear a feature on it. It was not too much of a verse when even Playboy on there. I'd throw Hood Rich Pablo on there, something Uzi on there. I'd like to hear that as a feature. 24 Hours is a brother of Made in Tokyo, if you didn't know. Made in Tokyo. I'm not gonna disrespect his name. But he dropped off a track and they used a sample. They used an old, I think it's like a little old Dipset used this track as a sample as well from an even older song. But he dropped off a dope, sliding ass track once again from him. He has a nice, specific kind of sound. And his music's dope. I think people should definitely get more into it. I got upset this week also because Jaden Smith, Rick Ross, and Future have a track. No, let me say this correctly. Jaden Smith has a track. Rick Ross and Future have a track. And then Sid Slack, or Black, some people call him, he has a track out, and they're all Apple Music samples. I was mad annoyed the fact that I could not even find these songs available, but I heard the whole sample. It was fire. Can you guys please put out the tracks? Thank you. Moving on. Now we have to our Tory Lanez track. Rich, we just listened to this right before we started the episode. The Tory Lanez and Rich the Kid. Yeah, I didn't even get to hear the Rich the Kid shit yet. Rich the Kid and Tory Lanez did their thing on that track there, and that's gonna be a good track for the summer as well. Just period. But our mixtape project, not too many albums have came out for this week. I'm pretty sure tomorrow there will be an album coming out soon. Sorry guys, gotta handle stuff. When you're a parent, gotta do what you gotta do. But nobody. Okay, forget it. So back to the stage. Mixtape of the week right now. And the only mixtape that really dropped off was A Boogie with the Hoodie. Drops off a mixtape called International Artist. I love the whole concept. It's beautiful. All right. Why I do say that is because he, first of all, it's the whole international artist concept. It's basically him just making that whole international sound, which is music that would basically reach out to more than just the United States. He's making a bunch of radio hit singles in the United States. These tracks are gonna hit the radio. Some of them already are. He's got tracks with Alkaline, Tory Lanez, Cap G, David O, Nav, Ray, Jay Alvarez, and Jesse Reyes. I'm not familiar with all these people. Majority, not Ray and Jay Alvarez and Jesse Reyes. I'm not too sure who they are, but all 8 tracks are fire. The David O track, like I said, is it's gonna have that South African kind of feel. Alkaline track has that dance hall feel. Even the dance hall feel with the Ray track. Jay Alvarez, they got like a reggaeton kind of feel. Like the Nav track, they just got, typical popular sound, but it's a radio hit, automatic. The Tory Lanez track is fire. One of my favorites on here is the Pretending track with Jesse Reyes. It's a banger. Like I said, nothing but radio singles on here. And it's funny because he brought back the word beastin'. I haven't heard people use the word beastin' in a minute. Then again, I don't live in New York, but I don't hear New Yorkers use the word beastin' as much anymore. And that's in reference to the term that you're doing the most. You're beasting. You need to chill. And it was just a good week overall. I'm very, 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 like I said, trying to, lift spirits up with the sadness of the deaths that have been going on, the remembrance of the deaths that have been going on this week. It's time for people to really pay attention to who's in their circle. Pay attention to the image that you portray. You know what I mean? Like, I see that this is just a sad moment for the young man. It was just unfortunate. This could have happened to anybody. And the way the situation found out, basically the person killed him because he was in the place with a bag of money about to buy something. That's why the guy killed him. He just saw that, he got a lot of money on him. I'm about to rob him for the money. That's what how the situation basically seemed like it played out. It wasn't like his homeboy set him up possibly or anything like that. No word has came out like that as of yet, but it just shows that it's so hard to make it out here in Broward County because people in your own city hate on you the most here. That's what they say. I try not to believe it, but that's what it looks like, and it's really hard out here for people to move on and just be careful. Like I said, you gotta be careful of who's in your circle because that represents your image too. Association breeds similarity. When your friends are out here getting felonies, everybody's gonna consider you to be a felon just with them. If you're out here hanging out with a bunch of robbers, you're with the thieves. That's just how it goes. When you're around a bunch of people that's doing something with their life, even if you're not doing anything, they're gonna think that you're doing something because you're hanging around people that are doing something. That's just what it is. So just be careful of what you actually digest on a daily, and not just what you're eating, what you're listening to, your music, what people are telling you, what you're looking at on your phone. Be more conscious of it. You know what I mean? So honestly, I just hope people can just have a little wake-up call that through this week, that they can really just pay attention more to the surroundings. Love your loved ones. Don't wait till they can't smell the flowers given to them now. Just young old head shout outs. Y'all stay safe. Be safe. Love.